Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yay! It works! Okay, I believe I got the bugs fixed. So, let's just make sure one more time. Oh, jeez, that is relaxing music. Holy moly. Okay, just to clarify really quick, because I can hear myself, but the music seems a little loud. If you guys want me to turn the music down, just let me know, and I can do that. Oh, yep. I was kind of wondering about that. Be right back. Okay, hopefully I fixed it this time. Oh, you know what? I'll also do this. Okay, so hopefully that works for you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit better. At least when I'm actually talking into the mic. Okay, I think we're good. Any other problems, just let me know in the chat. And I'm just going to go ahead and mute it so that you guys can't hear it. And we don't get echo. Welcome, everybody, to Drak Let's Play Live. Without Andrea. Yeah, this was one of the things that I wanted to start doing in 2020, is doing a solo stream that, I mean, it might be solo, but I also would like to be able to bring back something that we started with and just been trying to find a way to be able to do it. So if we have people who are up for it, I could probably bring you guys in via Discord, and we could talk for a little bit as well. But I also wanted to take on something a little bit different. I know I've said in the past that I would do Tale of Drakfu and be able to bring that back as a live stream. I still intend on doing that. But in the meantime, I also want to be able to do something else. Something that helps me relax just as much as it helps anybody else. And I've said it on the channel numerous times. I love RPGs. I love point-and-click adventure games. But I've also become very fond of the Metroidvania genre. And one game that has been standing out to me for years is Ori and the Blind Forest. I have not been able to ever play it. And so that's what we're looking to fix right now. And actually, just really quick, I'm going to see if I can fix this just a touch more. And that way, Okay. That should work a little bit more to everybody's liking. That's an awesome thing that we can do from time to time. Just make sure it stayed there. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. When you want me on this via Discord, go ahead and get on Discord, Rising Sun, and I'll see if I can make it work. We're also going to try something very unique that I'm worried is going to be a little taxing on my PC, but we might be able to do it. But you know, we're gonna have to test it to find out. I've only ever done it off stream, and it worked then. But streams obviously tax my resources just a little bit. So if you're up for it, Rising Sun, we could totally do that. Let's see. Average difficulty for players who want to focus more on the story and less on challenge. We'll do normal. I can do normal for this one. Yeah, I cannot begin to tell you guys how many times this game has been recommended to me over the years. We shall always remember the night when I lost Ori to the Great Storm. Okay, I'll handle that in a second, Rising Sun. Holy moly. This game is artsy. It's artsy-fartsy. It's so pretty. Okay. Thump. Oh, I thought he was going to thump him on the head. I guess not. Okay, so I have to troll this guy really quick. Let me go ahead and see if I can do that.
Yay, now it works. Okay, I'm getting to hear myself, so this will be weird. Hi, two people in the stream.
Is this up and working?
Yes, this works. I just have to mute the
Hello?
stream so I don't hear myself.
I cannot hear you. Let me see if I can fix this.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can see you talking, but I can't hear it.
Okay, so since Drak cannot hear what I'm saying, I can say lots of mean things about him on his stream.
Talk again really quick, Rising Sun. Oh, there we go.
Yes, you hear me now?
Okay. Let me see if I can fix that really fast.
Okay, yeah, now I hear the audio from before through the Discord.
Okay, try again really quick.
Does this work now? Can you hear me at all? Okay, welcome everyone to the stream where Drak dies a lot.
Yeah, I am not hearing you. I don't know why.
I'm confused. Well, I get to help you test this out.
Huh. That's weird. Let me... Yes, exactly.
It's weird, like, I'm hearing you here, but then I have to message you on YouTube for it to be heard.
Okay.
I hope...
Just
Can you hear me
curious.
now?
Let's see if I can hear you this time.
Okay, I'm talking and I'm saying things and I think it's working. Can you hear anything
No, I
I'm
still
saying?
can't. I don't know why. Huh.
Is your Discord muted?
Oh, you know what? Let's see if this works.
Okay, what about now? Can you hear anything I'm saying? Hi, hello, good
No,
morning.
still can't.
Happy birthday.
Why?
I don't know.
I both love and hate Discord because it can have these weird inclinations. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be seeing that probably isn't helping you much.
How about now?
I can hear you, but can you hear me? The fact that you're not saying anything makes me think the answer is no. Anything? You might have talking to no one?
Okay, now try.
Okay, is this working? Hopefully.
There you are.
For some reason, I don't think... It is, yay!
It is officially working.
Oh, apparently my brother's in this server.
Yeah, I think you invited him, actually.
And then I left, and now I'm back.
All right, let me just take care of the echoes here for a second. There we go. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing, Rising Sun, and then I think we are good to go. I just want to try and give you a live feed so you don't have a delay.
All right. Yeah, let me know when you're live again, and I'll check it out. Okay, there we go. I can see it.
Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes, I still hear you.
Okay, so if I'm waving right now, then you're seeing that live.
Yes, I see you wave.
Yay! Okay, so now we can do this. I'm so happy.
I get to watch Drak die in real time.
Yes, you do. Because here's the thing. Like, I love streaming on YouTube, but there's always that little bit of the delay that I have to do with the chat that way. But when trying to bring you guys onto Discord, you guys have to deal with that delay. And so it's really difficult when I die. Like, you're not going to see it until a few seconds later. So now, hopefully, if this isn't too taxing on my machine, I'm really hoping not, you can see in real time when I make stupid-ass mistakes. And yes, when in fact I die.
Yep, I'm sure that'll happen lots of times tonight.
Probably. I'm hoping not, but...
Yeah, I don't know much about this game if you die a lot, but it looks cool.
The only thing I've been told about it, aside from it being very, very cute, like very artsy, is that it's a Metroidvania. And it's like it's a masking kind of Metroidvania. You wouldn't guess that it was until you played it. And since I'm a fan of Metroidvania, that's why I want to try it out, because I love that genre now. Like, it's actually really fun for me at the end of the night just to go and play some Metroidvania games or go grind on an RPG so that I can end things at the end of the night. Hey, Atlas, how you doing? Okay, so I think this is Ori. I think this is actually how things go. And this is the character that you play. Yeah, you don't play the big bear guy. You play as the little rabbit raccoon thing. I'm not sure what it is.
And then you get to control the bear to help you, though?
I think so. Again, I don't know too much about this. The main reason I was motivated to play it was the announcement of the sequel. And so I want to play through this game so that eventually I can tackle Will of the Wisps, because that's coming out this year.
Okay, so pretty soon then.
Yep. Atlas, if you actually want to join us via Discord, I can get you in as well. Hopefully it works. All right, so there's one thing really quick I have to ask you about Rising Sun, because I know that you just barely did the Crunchyroll Anime Awards opinions. Has that happened yet?
The nominations came out, voting's closed, but they haven't announced who won yet.
Okay, because I was very curious to see how well you did. I'm curious to see how Alex did as well, and
I was more just saying what my votes would be, not trying to predict anything.
Mm-hmm. So give us an example of some of your votes being.
Let me go find it, actually.
Okay. This is an interesting way to tell a story. Holy crap. On that fateful night, when I lit the skies ablaze. Uh-oh. Are we lighting things on fire? That's probably not a good sign for a cute and cuddly creature.
Okay, an example for the Crunchyroll Awards, for Best Protagonist, I voted Toru from Fruits Basket because she's my favorite, but I really doubt she'll be the one who wins.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you have, Demon Slayer and all those other super popular shows.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's it up against?
You have Emma from Promised Neverland, Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, who will probably win, and a couple others.
Okay. Well, I hope you get what you want. I mean, I hope that I got what I wanted out of the Game Awards, and really nothing happened there.
I'm not overly invested, so I don't care that much.
I just know that a lot of anime channels right now, they get invested into the Crunchyroll Anime Awards and see whether or not predictions work out, or they'll have the large vent stream of they should have picked this, instead they picked this. This is so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different tastes and so many types of anime.
Yeah,
you're never going to be happy with the results.
That's why in a lot of cases I like what anime is becoming. Is back when I was growing up, it was nothing more than just an action genre. There really wasn't. I mean, there were other things going on at that time, but they weren't coming to the States. So you were getting nothing but Dragon Ball. You were getting Vampire Hunter D, all of these action-oriented series. And now, I mean, geez, is there a genre that anime doesn't cover at this point? Somebody was just pointing out to me there's a medical drama that's coming out like either this year or next year. There's like a medical drama like ER that's going to be coming out in anime.
Okay.
Like, what the crap?
You have a lot of action shows still, but you have like a lot of like more down-to-earth comedies, some
Yeah.
dramas, even some science fiction ones, which are really cool.
Yeah, so that's why in a lot of cases I really like how anime has kind of evolved over the last few years, because the bottom line is, I mean, it could have just stayed that way. We could have just stayed with nothing but action, but now, you know, for example, like if my sister is looking for some new drama that she can watch, she can actually look into anime now as a possible way to be able to get that.
Yeah, and I think last year is the best year of anime we've ever had.
You're going to have to clarify for me on that, because the only ones that I know of were shonen. Because I know about Fire Force, I know about Dr. Stone, I know Fruits Basket happened, but a lot of the stuff that got advertised to me over the year was shonen, action, demons, things like that. So if there are other examples, feel free to let me know on that.
Yes, I have a giant list.
Oh, hi, Kasaibo. You're forgetting Miyazaki's movies. Am I? Well, I mean, yeah, okay. If we're talking about how much they can encompass, yeah, I got that. But, I mean, the other thing also to consider is a lot of those movies weren't available back in the 90s. Some of those had to come in years later.
And I feel like while they were here, they were still like really niche, and you would have to go out of your way to find them.
Yep. That's why in a lot of cases Disney just kind of looks at them as not a worthwhile investment anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, for like the non-action shows we had this past year, we had Promised Neverland, which is it was really suspenseful but not much action.
Mm-hmm.
You had Fruits Basket, which is like the drama and everything there.
Was this the year that what's it called? Something Evergarden. I think it was like Netflix only.
Violet Evergarden. That was like 2018, I think.
Okay, so it was the previous year. All right, because I remember Alex talking that one up a lot.
Yeah, you know how like half the popular shows I don't like.
Sure thing, Atlas. Just let me know when you're ready to go. Go ahead, Rising Sun. Sorry.
No, it's like half the popular shows I end up not liking, but I still find a ton I enjoy, so that's why like the year is so great.
Mm-hmm.
We had Konosuba, which it had its movie, which is like the best comedy out there.
Okay.
You had Astral Lost in Space, which is a science fiction that feels like a Star Trek almost.
Really? Okay, because, I mean, to me, Gundam is the Star Trek of anime, but, I mean, fine.
It reminds me of Star Trek Voyager, I'll put it that way.
Okay. Either that or, was it last year that had the Yamato reboot, or was that 2018?
I feel like that was older.
Okay. Maybe it's older. I don't
might
know.
have just continued, though. This past year, you also had, like, Beastars, which was a very interesting drama.
Oh, shit. I think Big Guy died. Oh, no! Oh, crap! We missed a pivotal moment!
I guess we shouldn't be talking about the anime then.
Well, there you go. That's the main. Now we need to have this happen in anime, and therefore we can loop it all around.
All right. I'll go make an anime adaptation. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. We need Bambi anime form.
Oh, C is here. Hi,
Oh,
C.
Hazy Tactics. I need to finish Beastars, or Beastars, but that was a pretty unique anime for what it was. Violet Evergarden, aka girl with pseudo bulbar effect. What?
I don't know what that word means.
It's new to me too. I'm going to educate myself tonight. I'm all right with that. It'll be very interesting to see what we'll get from anime in the next few years. The only thing that just irritates me is like all the stuff that gets I've said this on numerous podcasts, but all the stuff that gets advertised to me, yeah, sure, there's a lot of shonen in there, but specifically like from Funimation's channel, and Viz is a little guilty of this, I get a lot of ecchi stuff that gets recommended to me. I don't know why.
I feel like Funimation like picks up all the like trash shows because they can probably get them cheap, and I think they'll get an audience from it.
No, I completely agree with that. I mean that's one of the big complaints that people have with them right now is they were so interested in grabbing the ecchi shows that's why they were like 100 episodes late in their dubbing of Dragon Ball Super, and yeah, I mean, I could completely agree with it, especially since I'd heard one of the conversations was Toei actually came to them about 20 to 50 episodes in and said, like, well, you guys can start dubbing this. And they actually said no. And said, no, we're going to keep on doing what we're doing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Funimation, the company that Dragon Ball built.
Exactly. Like, you'd think, like, they'll get a ton of money from dubbing it. Especially
No kidding.
Make it like My Hero and be, like, close to the sub or something.
Dude, it's like every year they find another way to release those blue bricks. Like, they find another little bit of Volt footage from the original Dragon Ball, and so they have to re-release the whole collection again. I mean, Disney doesn't take things out of the vault as often as Funimation does for Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I guess I don't follow Dragon Ball, so I don't keep up with all that stuff.
I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball fan either, but I have friends who are diehards, and they complain to me about this. Like, I bought this blue brick of the entire Dragon Ball series 5 years ago, and they just keep on finding new tiny things to add to re-release the collection. It's like, okay, well, I mean, Funimation kind of makes its bread and butter on Dragon Ball, so I'm okay with that. But you don't have to buy it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're doing a lot of shows too. Mm-hmm. Especially like recently, pretty much everything that comes out you can get through Funimation or Crunchyroll.
Hello, Astro325. Welcome. The other thing I'm also, and this is probably going to get me in a little bit of trouble with anime fans, but I'm going to just make my opinion known. I'm kind of glad that Funimation has gotten absorbed into Sony, at least a little bit. Because I think Funimation was doing a lot of things to irritate their fan base, their audience, and now that Sony's involved, I think they've got to re-examine how they release stuff, how they approach their fans, how they approach their app. So I think it's actually a good thing that they're in there.
Yeah, I've had issues with their app before, like with my PlayStation, but maybe it'll get better.
Well, I've been saying it the last couple of podcasts. So I dropped the Funimation Now app because it would have this weird audio sync problem where it would glitch and then the video would freeze, but the audio would keep going. And the audio would keep going even after the video has resumed. So you'd have like this really huge out of sync moment with whatever you were watching. And so I dropped the app because I'm like, I'm not going to pay for this crap if it's not working. Well, Alex just barely bought me a year of Funimation Now. Doesn't happen anymore.
Okay, so that's good.
And that's post Sony. So like,
yeah.
I can only say like, yay, cool. You guys finally got it working.
Oh, I forget what site it was, but like I'll like back up. Actually, no, never mind. That's not an anime site.
Okay, I'm probably going to murder some names here, so I apologize. I probably need glasses at this point. Biturin Goji, welcome. And then, let's see. I hate how they don't just re-release the version of DBZ hardcore fans want. Original 4.3, first-generation footage with no editing, cropping, or visual effects which degrades quality. I would kind of want that. I don't know if they have the rights to this, too. I wouldn't mind if they found a way to be able to include the other dubs as well. Because I think somebody was telling me that they do actually have the audio for the Oceans dub, and I'd love to be able to just, like, if I'm in the mood, be able to move between the dubs. Just to hear, Peter Kalamis play Goku, and some of the stuff that I heard as a kid.
And I don't feel like that'd be that hard to have, like, multiple audio tracks like you have with English and Japanese.
No, if you have the audio, it wouldn't be hard at all, aside from, I know that some of the voice actors have kind of an animosity towards one another, but it's not up to them at that point,
Yeah, it's like Funimation has the rights, I would assume.
I think so. Or at the bare minimum, Toei does. You found an energy cell. You can now collect and use more energy. Remember that you can use energy to create a soul link and save your game. Oh, cool. Let's see. ADV was a good dubbing company back in the day. Yes, they were. Even I will say that the Ava dub was fairly good. I don't have any major problems with it, and I still follow a lot of the actors that did it. Funimation's app on Xbox One is terrible. Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry, man. This is why I don't use the apps on the consoles anymore. I just stick to Roku. Because I just, we have a bunch of Rokus around the house, and so I use those apps.
Okay, so I'm going to Drak's house and borrowing a Roku.
Well, you're gonna have to take one from Andrea because that's the thing. Okay, hold B to create a soul link and save your game. Okay, cool. Very awesome.
It's interesting.
Sorry, I might interrupt things here and there just to make sure that I'm learning from the game and whatnot. Big Green... Oh, what's the Big Green dub? I've heard that before, but I've only ever heard the Oceans dub. I think it's on a box set that to this day is relatively easy to get. It's the one I want as well. Oh, okay, cool. I like that. Like, they should do that. I don't care if the voice actors like each other or not. It's kind of not up to them. Oh, jeez. Okay, well...
Wait, did Drak just die?
I did. I died to a rhino creature. Whoa! Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh, that hurt.
That does. Why are you beating on the cute and cuddly creature? Oh my gosh.
So you sure this isn't Dark Souls?
It might be. It's Dark Souls cute and cuddly creature collection. All right. I'm genuinely curious as to what I'm doing wrong here.
Do you have any like attacks, or can you just like?
I'm double checking right now. I don't really have any skills yet because they're all locked.
I guess just like run past it, maybe.
Well, I was kind of wondering if maybe if I can get him to like wreck these rocks right here.
Oh yeah, that might be what you have.
That there we go.
There you go.
Ha ha ha.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh. Well, now I feel bad. You found some spirit light. When you fill the gauge, you'll gain an ability point. Okay, cool. Oh no, are there talents in this game? Crap!
Okay, my friends are kidnapping me and making me watch anime, so I'll talk to you later.
All good, man. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. This is something that I plan to bring back eventually. I'm not going to bring it back for every single stream. It works for modern games because we can do it live. We can do a live feed. But if we're playing something like on older consoles, it might be a little bit more difficult to do. Let's see. I'll try and keep up with the chat here and there, but I'm also going to be playing the game too. Let's see. Ocean dub. Yeah. Yes. Only a little. Only a little to what? Oh, okay. I might miss a few things here and there, but I promise I'll try and keep track. Oh, hold on. Why am I walking now? Okay, cool. Now I'm running. What the heck? Oh, I get it. I come up here and I can pick up a tiny light. But I'm glad that I had Rising Sun to kind of test it out. Now I have a way for you guys. If you join me via Discord, you're not going to have to wait like a couple seconds to see what happened. My strength is returning. I am saying the light in the eyes of the spirit tree. I was lost in this glen when she loosened her grip. I can guide you on your journey if you allow me to come. But be still. Can you hear that? They must have followed you here. Oh. What followed me here? Oh, crap. Oh, jeez. What are those? Let's get out of here. Oh, okay. Get me out of here. What the hell? Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. I can go down this way. That's helpful. You found a small spirit light container. Spirit light has been added to your gauge. Find more spirit light containers and to quickly gain ability points. Cool. Do I have enough points to be able to learn anything? Spirit flame. How do you do it? Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Now I know how this works. There we are. And you guys will be so proud of me. I finally dug out the Xbox One just to use it. Just to say that I've used it this year to play Ori and the Blind Forest. So nobody can say I hate my Xbox. We're only taking Rising for a bit. Oh, okay, that's cool, Astro. He can come back. I don't have a problem. Their lights shall return to me. These words the spirit tree once said. In the glade past the caverns, we'll find him. There's a path up ahead. So it makes me wonder, how big is this game? All right, Hollow Grove is just 1% of the map. Find the spirit tree. Well, I can do that. See, this is one of the advantages of doing like a Metroidvania, is because at that point I can focus a little bit more and be able to talk to you guys. Because if I was playing like an RPG, I'd have to have like a grinding session. Or, you know, find another way to be able to do it. I couldn't do an action game with this. It just kind of wouldn't work. Okay. Oh, let's see. To access the spirit tree. Okay, so we click flame. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Allows you to shoot 3 flames before recharging. Cool. Choices. All right, now we're getting somewhere. I will say, like, right off the bat, this game is a touch depressing. That's okay, though. All right. Is this where I can save? No. Ow! Okay, so can't go in the water. Got it. We are learning these lessons as we go. Now, I will also say that there is a tiny rule that I am going to enforce a little bit with the Discord stuff. As much as I like talking to all of you, I kind of want to focus on YouTubers just a little bit because I want to be able to kind of put their channels first and foremost so that then at that point you guys can check out their content. Because that's what I kind of would love to do in 2020 is like find more creators that we can bring in, that we can talk to, and that eventually maybe we can find other things to do with. Because that's one of the things I kind of regret from last year is like some of you guys have really awesome channels and I didn't highlight any of them. Mainly because I was dealing with my own crap. So, alright, there we go. This is one of the reasons I like playing Metroidvanias. It just reminds me of Castlevania. Which, those will probably make this list eventually. Or these streams. Oh, damn it. I'm just dying all over the place. Okay, there we go. It's alright, I'm learning. Oh, jeez. Okay, that hurt. Okay. There we go. What's this? Spirit wells are ancient structures that were used to quickly traverse all of Nibel. The light of the spirit wells will also replenish your strength whenever you are weary. Okay, so boom, there we go. And I can press X to save my game. And warp. Okay. So there is going to be fast travel in this game. Cool. I like big maps. There we go. Well, I can already tell you, this game plays really fluidly. Now, granted, I am playing on the console it was made for, but... Actually, no, I don't even think so. I think Ori was made for 360, because this is the definitive edition. Well, I can't go back there, so... Woo! There we go. Let's use this really fast. Can I warp? No other spirit wells have been activated yet. Okay. It's a bonfire! Yes, it is. Bonfire, you get caught up in the bonfire. Bonfire, bonfire. There we go. Okay. The hardest thing about this setup is I can't see. I literally cannot see my health. So I don't know how many hits I've got left. There we go. Okay. Woo! Oh, what's this? You found a keystone. Keystones are used to open spirit gates. Remember that each spirit gate will require a different number of keystones. Very cool. I also love the music here. It's very atmospheric. But also really relaxing, which does not help for a stream.
What's up, Drak?
Oh my goodness! It is the Atlas. He has joined us. Welcome back, man.
Thanks.
I thought I recognized the voice.
Yup.
It's been forever, and I'm an old fart, so I don't remember stuff no more. There we go.
Yeah, you're good, man. Good to hear from you again.
It's good to hear you too, man, because you're back as of what, early January 2020?
Yeah. Yes.
But I guess the real question that we have, boys and girls, is he back for good?
I will always be here.
All right.
Always.
Because I think you took like a year-long absence last year?
Yeah, I did. A lot of family issues and things like that.
Tell me about it. That's kind of why I didn't take a break per se, because stuff was still coming out, but yeah, like I had like a bunch of family situations.
If you happen to hear any echoing, let me know, please.
No, not right now.
Cool.
It just might take me a minute to respond to you because I'm also trying to keep track of the chat.
Yeah. We gotta hear the chat.
There we go.
I take it that Rising Sun left.
He's left for a little bit. According to Astro325, they're just taking him for a wee bit to probably watch some anime.
Nice.
So, because that's what happens occasionally is he leaves me for the animus.
For the waifus.
for the waifus and the husbandos, and then I make fun of him for it. So,
Good.
ooh,
Good.
cool. This spirit gate blocks us. They were built for protection before the days of decay. The required keystones must be nearby to reach the spirit tree. We must pass the spirit caverns that lie beyond this gate. Okay. I also might interrupt because of gameplay.
No, you're good.
And by the way, you should be able to have that live feed. I don't know if you have it up right now, but it is real time. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet.
So that way, if I die, you're not confused.
Yeah.
Because that happened when we brought you in for Donkey Kong.
Oh, hell, man.
But no, it's still, nonetheless, it is good to see you, man. I know that, dude, you weren't the only one that had shit happen in 2019. I was so glad to see that year go.
Yeah. Okay, the live stream is opening up here on Discord.
Yay, there we go.
There we go. And a girl.
Clever girl. And again, BitTor and Goji, and read his mangoes. Oh, yes, I forgot about the mangoes. Make sure to watch your animus and then read your mangoes.
Yes.
I love it. I don't even need to come up with old man banter because the chat does it for me.
I agree.
Like I had the Vidya games from my grandpa, and the animus from him, and now you guys just you do the mangoes, and we'll find some other stuff to do for like comic books and whatnot.
Yeah. And plenty of video games.
Games are life to me, so they will always be a part.
I forgot that this season is we're gonna delay a bunch of video games season.
Well, you're not wrong.
Nope.
Give me a quick second. I gotta grab my bottle.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, so, okay, we've got, I think Cyberpunk's getting delayed.
Yup.
FF7 remake is getting delayed.
Dying Light 2 is getting delayed.
Which one?
Dying Light 2.
Dying Light 2, yeah. And Avengers basically got moved back from the summer to the fall.
Yup.
And there's already rumors that, and this one is going to irritate Brenton so much, Animal Crossing might get delayed.
I think it already has.
Well, it got delayed last year.
Oh yeah, that's
into
right.
summer of this year, and I've heard that they're going to bump that back to fall of this year.
Yeah.
It's not officially confirmed, but
No.
you know, given how things are going, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you, nobody's delaying to holiday 2020. Probably because Sony and Microsoft will murder them.
Oh, they will. They will. Well, Microsoft, I don't know, man, because they're not releasing exclusive games for an entire year, and that's a problem for them.
You mean to the Series X?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, they will have an exclusive game because they've already said that Halo Infinite will
Yeah,
launch
they did
with
say
it.
that. Yeah.
So that's one. But yeah, that's kind of the problem with the console launch these days is that they all will have, you know, maybe one exclusive title and then everything else will be going to every other console. So it doesn't even matter. This is why I'm kind of happy I'm waiting this time around. Like I when I was doing reviews, I had to get the games like right off the bat. I had to get the consoles right off the bat. I just don't want to do that this year.
No, don't do it, man.
No.
That's why I don't like-
Cyberpunk 2077 is getting delayed. I can't remember how far. I think it's like a month.
Yeah, they said a month. I think I remember. I thought they said it was going to be in September. I think. I don't know.
Oh, if they bumped it back to September,
I
then
think
that's a
they
huge
bumped it
delay.
back that far, yeah.
Because Avengers has moved back from May to September.
Yeah.
But if Cyberpunk is back that far too, then that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I gotta double check that here.
Well, then that's not necessarily a bad thing to me because then it buys me time to figure out whether or not I'm gonna play that game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know that there's a couple people in the chat that want me to play Cyberpunk, but I don't have that motivation to play CD Projekt Red like these guys do. It's kind of like my problem with Bethesda. I'm not a fan of Bethesda, therefore I'm not motivated to go and try out the latest Elder Scrolls. Oh, there we go. That's what I've been doing.
I really would like to play the new Doom.
I would like to play Doom Eternal. I can't believe I'm saying that because the remake of Doom depressed me so much. But I really kind of want to play Doom Eternal. Just because I think it's going back to, you know, what I loved about the Doom games, which is just like hardcore rock and not necessarily slaughter, but just demon slaying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Blackroot Burrows, Hollow Grove, Spirit Caverns. Got it. I think we got to go to Spirit Caverns.
Not gonna lie, this game that you're playing looks really good.
Yeah, no. This is a game that has been recommended to me since I want to say 2015.
Good God.
And because it originally came out for the 360, I think.
Oh, okay.
And since I wasn't a big Xbox player, I didn't pick it up. But when I saw the sequel get announced, not last year, at E3 2017, I was very interested, especially since people were saying to me it's like this cute and cuddly Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can do that, but then I've seen some other indie games that have really done it. And by the way, indie gaming, you have taken over the Metroidvania genre and you have made it your own. And please have my babies. Because I just can't have enough. Oh, Corey Balrog actually made a defense of the delays on Twitter. Here's the thing. A lot of people have. Square Enix, I know a lot of people got mad at them for the FF7 remake delay, but they gave you a reason. They told you it was because they wanted to put a final polish.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Hell, I don't give a shit. Make it perfect.
Yeah.
Just don't stick it in development hell for like 15 years.
Oh, it's not. I have a feeling that one of the reasons it got delayed is because they probably needed some of the remake staff to help out with the Remind DLC for Kingdom Hearts. So at that point, now that they're back on it, they're going to do the final polish, and it's going to be just fine.
It's going to run really good.
It's going to come out, but I mean, I've said this a couple of times, I'll say it again. I'd have no problem if you made me wait another 5 years for it, just so that I can get the entire game, not episode 1 of the game.
Hell, I wouldn't mind having it on next-gen consoles.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be just fine. I mean, they converted FF15 pretty well to current consoles when it came out, and it was being developed for, I think early prototype stuff was PS2, and then eventually it was PS3.
Yeah. That's right.
So Heavenly Sword was a good indie game. Heavenly Sword is in the PlayStation 3 one?
I think
Is that
it
indie?
is.
I don't think it was. I think it was a company. I might be wrong. I mean, I like
sure.
Heavenly Sword, but that's another game. Why did that not get sequels? Like, people love that game.
That was a fun game too.
Yeah. It was like one of those early PlayStation 3 games I got my hands on and loved.
Yeah.
And then nothing was ever done with it. But then again, I mean, I'm still screaming for more Onimusha, and that hasn't been around since PS2 days. So.
I was gonna ask you, are there any other games that you want to buy that's already out, but you just don't have the time to get yet?
Like, that came out this year?
Like maybe a couple years ago, or just in general? Like,
Oh, the list
do you
is...
want to play Gran Turismo? Do you want to play Modern Warfare? Like, what's up?
You're probably not going to get me back into a Call of Duty game. I've played them back in the original PlayStation days, and I saw the writing on the wall then when Modern Warfare happened, is that there was, now with online focus, there was going to be a multiplayer focus, and therefore story was going to suffer, which is what I care about. Gran Turismo is a recent thing, and I'm mainly looking into that because Need for Speed has just gone down the shithole. It used to be such a fun game, and now it's just Fast and Furious Simulator number 6.
That's pretty much what Need for Speed is. Gran Turismo is all about racing.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I want to try it out, because not only, like, I'm not a car guy. I don't really care about having the coolest car there, but what I do care about in a racing game is having really cool scenery to be able to drive through.
Oh yeah.
There were those that turned to hope. Okay, this is having a very unique way of telling a story. I kind of like it. She ravaged and killed. Uh-oh. Am I a vampire bunny? Is that what you're trying to tell me? The light of the spirit tree lives in all of us. He is the reason we are alive. He's the reason we grew. When he called out to find you many years past, we were attacked, wounded, and killed by our foe. Now these ancestral trees are all that's left behind. Come closer now and feel the light of Feel, the spirit inside. Am I going to get touched inappropriately? Do I need an adult?
Catholic to you.
Do I look Catholic to you? It's your first time, so I'll be gentle.
Yes.
I need an adult. I am an adult. I just barely showed Andrea that after we did Death Stranding on Tuesday. Because she's like, what the heck are you talking about? No, it wasn't Death Stranding. It was, we were recording Chain of Memories. The last little bit of footage, and she's like, what the heck is that joke? So I found a compilation of all the I am an adult jokes. It is so good.
It's so great, man.
Oh my gosh, I'm Mega Man X!
King 4-star, man. Hell yeah.
Alright, Energy Cell. You can now collect and use more energy. Remember that you can use energy to create a soul link and save your game. Cool.
Sweet.
I'm liking this already. This is definitely a Metroidvania. And an artsy one at that. So, I mean, can I really go wrong? But to answer your question, are there any other games this year that I'm invested in that I want to get? Or no, you wanted like the last couple of years. Dude,
Yeah.
It would take me all 3 hours of the stream to list a quarter of the games that are on my radar. And some of them are not even from a couple of years ago. Some of them are as old as like 10 years ago. So, because here's the thing, like, you know, I'm a gamer, and there are so many game series that I never got access to just because I was limited to what my local Blockbuster had.
Right.
So, like, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, and then a bunch of RPG fans come out to me and go, oh, you never played the Tales series. What's the Tales series? And then they explain it to me. Oh, yeah, I totally play that. Or Dragon Warrior, or Persona. You know, Persona, what's the main series for that? Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, yes.
I'd never heard about a lot of these until my 20s.
Nice.
So at that point, like, yeah, sure, I want to try them out. So it's not like I'm not trying to not answer your question. It's that
No.
my answer would take hours.
hours to go through. Yeah.
Yeah. I literally, like, I stopped watching a lot of gaming YouTube channels. Why? Not just because, like, I was finding reasons to disagree, but because they were introducing me to even more games that I wanted to play.
Oh yeah.
And so I had to stop increasing the list. Ori looks like Minchino from Pokemon. Is that from Sword and Shield?
I think it's from Sword and Shield. Yeah.
I will take you
still
guys'
have
word
yet
for it.
to-
I haven't played Sword or Shield since we did the unveil of it on the stream.
Yeah, Shadow's been playing it for quite a while. I've been chatting with him on Discord a little bit here and there.
Yeah, he's the one that's playing the current gens, and then eventually Andrea will get into them, and then I'll be told whether or not I'm going to like it or not.
Yeah.
Although I will say I'm actually really excited for, I think it's this month, they're going to do a remake of the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon
Ooh. Okay.
and bring it out for Switch.
Nice.
That would be awesome. Minchino was introduced in black and white. Okay.
Okay, black and white. Okay. Thank you.
That's the America one, right? The
Yeah,
America
I believe
continent. I can't remember all of them, but I think there's
Yeah.
one based on like New York. So, because 6 is France, 8 is Germany, I think. Yeah, Galar is Germany, and then from what I understand, some of its DLC will be based in Britain and China. Holy crap, China!
Well,
Whoa. Jeez.
I won't be going to San Jose.
Yes, you will. To what is it called? MikuCon?
Yes, but today they just announced that they have a show for Los Angeles. So I'm lucky because I didn't buy my tickets yet.
So I'm just curious, which one is closer to you? Because I think the last time we
Los
talked, you were like in what, Arizona, New Mexico, one of those.
No. I'm from Southern California, and
Oh,
I am
okay.
like 1 hour and 30 minutes away from Los Angeles.
Oh, that's not bad. And then how far is San Jose from you?
Like 6 to 9 hours.
Okay, yeah. So LA kind of works out.
Yep.
All right.
We were complaining at Krypton because they didn't add it in the beginning, and once they announced it, people got pissed because they didn't add it towards the beginning. Because I think what happened was they were trying to get into the Microsoft Theater, but I guess the date that they were going to go for was probably taken.
Okay.
So, and not only that, they're going to Coachella as well for like 2 weeks, 2 weekends actually. It's weird. Like, I'll send you the link of their tour dates so that way you can get an idea how they're starting it and how they're ending it. It's kind of cool.
Well, and this is like a concert for
It's a
Hatsune,
concert
right?
event, yeah.
I would also be a little bit interested in how that works, because I know she's Vocaloid. So
Yes.
what, they just get like a big old monitor and then everybody can watch it,
Yeah,
or
it's a big screen that that you can see through it and shit.
Okay.
And they have like a little machine that projects Miku and her friends on the screen. Like, the technology is ridiculous, dude.
Okay.
And they have a
I can
band
believe it.
there that plays all the instruments and shit. It's fucking awesome, dude.
I can believe it. Yeah, I know very little about Miku, but I know like the phenomenon that this kind of shaped around her, and so like the only thing I'm not really aware of is like, aside from you, I don't think I really have any friends that follow. Well, actually, no, never mind. Aldo does, but he
Aldo,
follows
yeah.
it like passively.
Nice.
So at that point, like, that's why I have these genuine questions. Like, you mentioned MikuCon, I'm like, okay, so it's a convention or a concert? Which
It's
one
a
is it?
concert, not a
Okay.
convention.
Yeah,
The
so
only
that
Miku
was the part that
convention-
was throwing me off.
Oh yeah. The only Miku convention that you will find is only in Japan, and
Well, yeah, because they have the show going off in Tokyo Dome, don't they?
yeah, Tokyo and Osaka.
Yeah, because one of the things I heard was Tokyo Dome is hard to book for like a couple of major events. I believe one of them is like the equivalent of the World Series in Japanese baseball.
Yeah.
Wrestle Kingdom is another one, and then there's I guess they do like a yearly Miku concert there.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about that, but those like are really hard to book because they go up like BlizzCon tickets. They go up fast.
Oh my god, yeah. They're a bitch.
Yeah, well, I'll take your word for it. Like, I won't even dare try to do like BlizzCon tickets or anything like that because I just know that it's going to be such a shot in the dark to get them. I was like, you know what? I'll just go with the virtual ticket. I'll just watch it because then I can watch it on my couch and that's comfy and I don't have to deal with cons and heat and people.
I wonder how the Olympics is going to turn out this year.
Where are the Olympics this year?
They're in Tokyo this year.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah. I think
It's the Summer Olympics, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine with I think the Japanese season. So at that point, I think it'll work out.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be super busy because I remember when the Olympics came to Salt Lake City. Oh my gosh, that was such insanity for 10 days. And of course, I worked at a movie theater, so I got to deal with a lot of the athletes who were either done or hadn't begun their events
you live
yet.
in Utah, right?
Yeah.
I actually had a good buddy that lived in Utah for many years, and then he moved.
Yeah, if he was here in 2002, then he would know.
Yeah.
Like somebody had to tell me later. I apparently got in a fight with the, what was it? He was an English ski jumper because he wanted to get into. We had like this big IMAX equivalent screen that was broadcasting Olympic footage, and so he wanted to go in there for free to watch his competition, I guess.
Okay.
And we made people pay to get in there because it was like this whole big event, and we wanted to take advantage of the Olympics, and so he got pissed and complained about me to my manager because I wouldn't let him in for free, and I didn't know who he was. It's like, have you not ever met a person who doesn't sport ball?
Exactly.
So I always thought that was kind of funny. Oh, crap. Bittori and Goji. Gen 1 through 4 is Japan. Gen 5 is New York. Gen 6 is France. Gen 7 is Hawaiian, yeah. And then Gen 8 is... Oh, so Gen 8 is Britain. So it's not German.
All right.
It's all British and whatnot. Well, that makes sense, because Detective
Pokemon
Pikachu.
goes everywhere.
Oh, no, I don't have any relics. Navi, stop telling me to go somewhere, because I don't have what you want.
Yeah.
There we go. Dang it, Navi. I can never escape you. There we are. Oh, that's the other one that I actually want to ask you about this. So you were asking me about a lot of the delays, right? Have you heard some of the mumblings about Breath of the Wild 2?
A little bit of it.
Okay. This will take a little bit of explanation, but I'm going to try and do it as best as I can.
Yeah, let me hear what you have to say.
So, jeez, this is so ridiculous, but so in the like Hyrule Historia, right, where they did the art books and finally confirmed the timeline.
Yes.
Well, they did an art book for Breath of the Wild, obviously, and it sold well, and it just so happens to contain an interview from Eiji Onuma, the director of Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, when they cite it, they say that the interview took place in October of 2017.
Good lord.
And at that point, he actually says that they were in development for a new Zelda game. Okay?
Oh, nice.
But here's the thing. Video game developers especially directors like Onuma, have a really bad habit of just saying development. They don't tell you where they are in development. They don't tell you which phase or anything like that. And so now, because of this interview that happened and the citing of October 2017, people are guessing that Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out in like a month or two.
I doubt it.
There hasn't been a trailer announcing a release date.
Yeah.
Or anything like that, and so they're basically guessing it's going to be spring 2020.
A Zelda trailer back at E3, but
that's it.
That was it.
Yeah.
So
that's a really tough sell, right?
it is a tough sell. It really is.
But I've seen people who will live and die by that prediction.
Yup.
It's like, okay, well, let me give you my honest assessment. Yeah, sure, development might have happened as of October 2017. It may have started before that. But it usually takes about, let's just say, 2 to 3 years to pump out a game that is going to take 30, 40 hours, roughly. So at that point, it actually makes more sense for Breath of the Wild 2 to come out like in the holidays of 2020, maybe even the fall of 2020. That would make sense.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my prediction for it. But then I get in serious fights with friends. It's like, no, it's coming out spring 2020. What are you, stupid? No, it's not coming out spring 2020. That's too soon.
Way too soon.
Way too soon. I will believe you if all of a sudden we get a Nintendo Direct tomorrow that's completely based around Breath of the Wild and says, yes, it's coming out March something.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Like it coming out 3 years, like almost 3 years to the day the original came out. But I just don't see it happening.
No. I really can't wait to see what the new Smash fighters are going to be for Ultimate.
Have you not seen the fifth one?
Yeah, the other Fire Emblem character?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's number 5. Oh, you're talking about the new pass.
Yeah, the new pack.
I just want more companies. I want more interaction.
That's what we're hoping for, dude.
I still think it would be a really great idea. Like, one of the highly rumored characters was Ryu Hayabusa. And that one makes sense. Because I can't think of another NES game that defines the term NES hard than Ninja Gaiden. Ori, this is a map stone, one of the many ancient markers created to chart the forest of Nibel as it grew. There is a piece missing. If we can find the map stone fragment, we might be able to repair it. Okay. Oh, and
so far, the live stream here on Discord is running very smooth.
Oh, cool. Very good. I was a little worried because streams are very taxing on my machine. And so at that point, I was worried that running in 2 places might be difficult.
Nope, you're doing good, man.
Because basically all you're getting my live feed of XSplit.
Yeah.
And so as long as that fixes it, I'm happy about it. Mm-hmm. Really quick, so Bitor and Goji, speaking of delays, Godzilla vs. Kong has been delayed to late 2020, and there's no trailer yet. I'm kind of happy about that.
Yeah, I'm happy about that too.
Because I have a confession to make. I haven't seen King of the Monsters yet. It's on the list. It is. But we have, like, me and Andrea have a very methodical way we approach movies right now. And so in between, like, seeing new movies, we're also trying to make our way through the MCU now that Endgame has happened. And then we'll end it by going to see, or by seeing Far From Home.
Cool.
So we haven't seen Far From Home yet. And simply because we wanted to wait until we did all of that. And so the most recent movie that we saw was Detective Pikachu. That's it. Like that's the most recent 2019 movie I've seen aside from Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Everything else, no. and Bitter and Koji is, bro. I know. I suck. I suck. I'm sorry. But I mean, if it makes you feel better, it is next. Like we're trying to keep it according to the month that they came out, and I wanted to see King of the Monsters, and so thankfully so does my wife. We actually went and watched the 2014 one because she hadn't seen it.
Nice.
Which she liked it. Me and Alex had issues when we saw it, but now I just appreciate it more, seeing it from her perspective.
Okay, there you go.
I even showed her Shin Godzilla, which, by the way, have you ever seen that dubbed?
No.
It is hilarious.
Is it that funny?
It's bad. Like, even Chris Sabat sounds bad.
Oh, God.
It was actually really funny to hear him playing some of the people. Like, sir, we will make sure to put the soldiers along the coastline. He sounds so bored.
Oh, my God. No. In a lot of shows, I've noticed him very, very, very
well, I mean, if it's not Dragon Ball, I'm starting to get the feeling that he isn't like totally putting his back into it, so to speak. Because for Dragon Ball, he gets that payment. Like he gets that big payment, and then that pretty much pays for like his kid's college for that year. Mm-hmm. And then at that point, he doesn't care. Which I can understand, but at the same time,
I agree.
Although I will say this, just because of events of last year, I really haven't followed a whole lot of voice actors from Funimation. Just because, unfortunately, if you want to follow it, then you have to follow all the controversy. And it's like, I can't deal with any of this right now. Just leave me be. Has your wife seen Kong Skull Island? Neither of us have seen Kong Skull Island. I want to get King of the Monsters out of the way because I'm a bigger Godzilla fan. And then I was going to have us watch Kong Skull Island before we saw Godzilla vs. Kong. Just because I wanted to get up to speed on both creatures before they duke it out.
I wanted to ask you, how's the weather out there?
Right now, it's rainy.
Ah.
Which for me is great because once it snows, then I have streaming issues.
Oh.
Yeah, like
right now it's 55 degrees out here right now.
See, to me, that would feel really good right now, considering, like, even though we have a nice AC that works in this office, I can't turn on the AC that high, otherwise you guys will hear it.
Oh.
And it might actually drown out my sound.
Is it a window unit?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I couldn't do a window unit because my office is technically on the second floor. And it would take too much renovation to put one in, so this one's a portable unit.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Which is it's a godsend for me and Alex. Like we would actually get we'd actually get a little mad with each other when we were record stuff, just because not because we hate each other or anything like that, but it was 90 degrees in here. It was stupidly hot.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, because I have a bunch of acoustic foam in here. So it not only keeps sound out, it also keeps heat in.
Oh, okay.
So then at that point, like, it just makes it even hotter.
Ouch.
And the worst part about it is, like, when Andrea does recordings with us, she is happy as a clam. She's like, yes, I love this temperature. Please keep it higher. We're like, shut up.
So I take it she turns on the furnace every night.
Well, we have the furnace on anyway, but because at that point she hates winter, so she wants to be as warm as possible. But then when we're recording, she's happy because it's like Moab weather to her.
Yeah, my mom's that way too. We keep the furnace on, and she's happy as a doorknob or whatever you want to call it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, our negotiation now is like I keep the AC on in the office, and then we have it's like 70 degrees on our heater right now. Because the other downside is that our heater is so we have an attic furnace, and the main vent for it is right next to our bedroom. So we have to keep it lower because otherwise it will actually overheat us.
Oh shit.
So at that point we're just like, okay, well we'll turn this down to 70 degrees and it'll feel great. And if we absolutely need to, we'll open a window. And we'll be okay.
Let the fresh air in.
Pretty much. And then also just for our kids, because they also probably need a little bit more heat than we do, just so they can get through the winter months. Oh my gosh. There we go. I know how to video game. I promise. I will stop dying eventually. Sometime.
Yeah.
Soon. There we go. But now I feel like I've lost a lot of game cred tonight, Atlas. Or a lot of geek cred, because I haven't seen Kong Skull Island. I haven't seen King of the Monsters yet. I think I have to hand my geek card over at some point.
No, you make sure no one asks or demands your geek card.
I hope so. No, my main issue, just like one of the main reasons I haven't seen any of these modern movies is, so movie ticket prices around here. I don't know about you, but you live in Southern California, so they're probably already pretty high.
Oh yeah, they're pretty high.
They just barely increased around here to $10 for prime. No, sorry, my bad. $14 for prime time, and then $8 to $10 for matinee.
Damn.
Which is, I'm not even kidding. As of last year, matinees were like $5, so it's a double increase.
Yeah.
And so at that point, it was really hard for me and Alex to like justify going to movies this year, because if we're gonna pay $10 for a seat, then that movie had better be freaking gold, right there. It might as well be like Avengers Endgame every single time, otherwise it's not worth it.
Not worth it. Yep.
So at that point, I've actually done a lot of my movies at home, just because it's easier to rent it on Amazon for $2 than it is to go to the theater for $8.
Yeah.
Hence why I haven't seen King of the Monsters, is because we just decided, you know what, we'll see it in the comfort of our own home and not have to worry about how we're going to afford tickets.
Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm. It sucks.
See,
I'll tell you that much.
You into this game?
What was that?
How far are you into this game?
I don't think that far. Like I'm like, I think I've just barely gotten into the second area, and I'm trying to make my way back to that map. So, because I think I got the stone it needs. Jeez, how did I get there? Oh, maybe down here. Maybe that's... Yeah, I think this is right. That's what I love about Metroidvanias, people. I can just kind of wander around and it doesn't even matter because I'm gaining levels.
That's right.
$14. Are there no discounts on certain days? That's the... Well, $14 is the prime time. So at that point, you could... Like, those are the movie prices for, like, 7 o'clock at night, which is like a prime time here. The discount is $8 to $10. Ori, this is a mapstone, one of the many ancient markers created to chart the forest of Nibel as it grew. There's a piece missing. If we can find the mapstone fragment, we might be able to repair it. Well, we did find it, so shut up.
Yeah.
I'm so nice to my NPC characters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. And we just barely expanded the map. Oh, wow. 51% into the Sunken Glades. Cool. I'm all right with that. All right, so now that we have the full map, I guess we had access to the map room. We can keep going.
Yep, let's keep going.
Boom. Oh, and by the way, Atlas, if you need to take off because you got work in the morning, feel free. Like, I'm not going to keep you, anything like that.
Yeah, I don't have to go back to work until Saturday, man.
Yay! Isn't that great?
Yes.
Have a couple days off.
Yeah.
I don't get those anymore because kids.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
If it's not my oldest, it's my youngest, and therefore... And they actually even get mad at me when like, I have a straight day off with them and I'm not spending time with them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm doing a lot of catch-up since I've been on a holiday break, and I wanted to make sure we got all the videos out, and they get so mad at me if I take so much as like 5 minutes to go edit a video or go upload it to YouTube. Nope, they want cuddle time.
Yep.
Which I'm okay with.
Kids come first.
They do. And I love my kids, so I'm not necessarily going to turn them down.
No.
Aw, man. But yeah, that's kind of the shtick is, like with movies, is we wait till stuff comes out on Amazon, costs $2, and yeah, we have to wait a couple more months, but we've got enough crap that we can do in the meantime. It just doesn't really affect us. I mean, we did make those sacrifices for, like, Endgame, obviously.
In-game, yeah.
And Rise of Skywalker, because we knew that those were going to be worth it. In fact, I think the next one we decided is Wonder Woman is going to be in the theaters. We have to see that in the theaters. Which I'm excited for, because that looks really good. But Drak, what about Birds of Prey? Fuck Birds of Prey. Fuck Birds of Prey. Every time I see new stuff on it, I just get mad at it. Like, you could just tell the creator is not keeping in mind anything of what made Birds of Prey great. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that why? No, I don't think that matters, but maybe I'm wrong.
How many viewers do we have? Let me see.
Dang it!
Damn, we only have 2? Come on.
Oh, for right now, but here's the thing, like, the stream just fluctuates. And I think it's partially because I just don't, like, my PC's pretty powerful, but it's, as far as streaming machines goes, it probably isn't the best. I intend on improving that over time, but that's probably why in a lot of cases that happens, is because the stream will delay for people, and so they just come back in. It sounds mean, but I don't really pay too much attention to it, because if I did, it would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, I could literally see things go down to 0, and then in the next minute, it's like 6 or 10. It's like, whoa, dude! And then it goes back down and up and down and up. I mean, we have a chat here. You guys can probably tell me. Is that's what's happening? Is it gets laggy and then you leave, or you're probably off checking out other streams?
Or they're like, well, you know what? This stream is boring.
The one I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen anything in the chat for is one of our regulars, Sophia, who is a big Devil May Cry fan.
Oh, yeah.
Who likes to call me the Drak Knight. Mainly because she keeps on saying it's Dark Knight. But it's alright. She's like running from a voice keyboard app, I think. So, we still love ya.
Oh, yeah.
And unlike most YouTubers out there, or other Twitch streamers who are being idiots, I mean it. Atlas can attest to that. I've done enough of his streams.
Oh, yeah. You know, there are people that can be complete bitches.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you hear the major stuff coming out from Twitch over the last couple of days?
Crap. Which one?
There are a couple of Twitch streamers who actually, like, they got pissed at their audiences because they felt like you owed them to subscribe to their Patreons or to subscribe to their whatnot.
Yeah, I was watching a Twitch streamer. He was pissed about why Twitch is being like this right now. Like, what's going on, guys? Twitch is about having fun.
Yeah.
And enjoying streams. And now it's like you create an account and you start streaming and you're demanding or begging for money from these people.
Right.
What a joke.
Like, just think about it this way. Think about you doing that when you started your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you've got a either about my size or you're a little bit bigger than me. Like, think about if you did that and you had one subscriber, you're like, you owe it to me to subscribe to my Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you'd lose that sub.
You'll lose that sub big time. That is not good.
And that just blows my mind because, like, some of the streamers that are doing this are prominent. Like, they have really big followings on Twitch.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no, you owe it to me to subscribe to my Patreon. You owe it to me to watch only my stream. How dare you watch Ninja's stream over mine?
Ninja. I wonder how he's doing out there.
I couldn't believe that I actually had to cover him this year. Or this past year. Well, because he made that comment about not having female streamers on his Twitch. And how it just imploded for him. I'd never heard of the guy's name, honestly. I never heard of him until that happened, and I'm just like...
Until that happened, yep.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Like,
wrong with it.
I mean, I've done stuff with female YouTubers, and that's fine, because I know that my wife understands, but... If you have a husband or a wife that doesn't understand how YouTube or Twitch works, they don't watch it, they don't do anything like that,
Yeah.
I mean, that would create marital problems.
It would be, yeah.
So at that point, it's like, okay, yeah, I totally understand what you're going for. I don't understand why the community's persecuting you for it, but okay. To each their own.
Yep.
Or even better, like, so that's happening on Twitch, and then you also kind of have that happening on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube, yep.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's kind of interesting that you're coming back in 2020.
Yeah.
When the crap hit the fan. It's just like, oh, okay. I guess I got to clean up what the mess that everybody else left for me.
Oh, yes.
Great.
Yeah. Let me take this call real quick. I'll be right back.
All good. I'm just wandering around, so this will be
That
fine.
damn you.
There we go. Okay. Nope, can't do anything there. I've been wandering around for a second here. Oh, hello, Shiro. Drak is getting too big for his britches. I guess? And Robin's Review World, hello. Happy Chinese New Year of the Rat. Yes. Blizzard won't stop reminding me about squeakers. Have you bought Squeakers, the holiday rat? Okay, how do I bring up the map here? There we go. Oh, all right. So there it is. There's what I'm looking for. Okay. I think I can get there. This is one of the cool parts about a Metroidvania, is that I can just wander around. It doesn't really matter that much. Oh, never mind. That's like a save area, isn't it? Okay, well, we could probably still use it. There we go. By the way, have you guys been listening to the soundtrack, man? It's atmospheric as hell, and I love it. This is amazing. Okay, so we have a couple of ability points. Let's use them. Improves the radius and damage of charge flame. I don't even think I have that yet. And then what's this? Allows reusing soul links and shortens cooldown timer. Ooh, okay. Spirit magnet. Oh. You know what? I'm going to grab that. That looks really good. Makes most pickups show up on the map? Damn right. Okay. That way we can keep on going. I'm just kidding. If I took what you said out of context, it would sound like you were saying people should just watch your stream, but I knew what you were talking about. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jiro, you owe it to me to pay into my Patreon that doesn't exist so that I could say sphincter for you. Ah! It doesn't work while Andrea's not here. I probably shouldn't do that. And yes, it is the year of the rat, Robin. Not sure how you feel about that. But then again, who am I to talk? I mean, I'm the year of, I think I'm the year of the boar. Why am I the year of the boar? Because I'm boring. Jeez, golems! Stop attacking me. Alright. Okay, this is where we need to go. I think, anyway. Yes. We can probably find another way in there. Okay. And it looks like the stream is still doing good.
Alright, I am back.
All good, man. Yeah, I think this is going to be something that can work, Atlas, because I'm not really having too much drag.
Yeah, so far it's going good. I'm not experiencing any lag issues yet or anything.
No, this is working out great. So I think a couple of hardware upgrades will help with it. But.
What are you playing it on?
Playing Ori? I'm playing on... People will be so happy. I dusted off my Xbox One.
Nice.
Oh, jeez. I get so much crap. Like, why don't you play on Xbox more? Because I don't have much games on Xbox.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Our Xbox One has become like our indie game machine because we just get a bunch of indie games for it.
Yeah.
But
when
I will say this. We are changing that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but we have said that there is going to be a blind playthrough of an Xbox franchise this year. that both me and Andrea know nothing about. So it's not just gonna be Andrea's blind. It's gonna be both of us are.
Cool.
So we're gonna be taking that on. I'm not gonna tell you which one, but I mean, it's Xbox. They don't have really too many franchises.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lucy Christian was born in the year of the ox. Who is Lucy Christian? Is she the one that... I saw the clip on Twitter of that girl that was talking about how people were watching her free content and how dare they not sub or donate. Yeah, right?
Yep.
How dare you?
How dare does she?
Dude, I'm just like... Okay. Honestly, how many people does she get a night?
Yeah.
Easily more than me. I'm happy for everybody who comes to watch my dumbass streams, because it's just me being a dumbass in games and having some fun with you guys. And I honestly understand that there are people who do streaming better than me.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with that.
You're gonna get better, man. Like, I know you will.
What was that? Sorry.
You are gonna get better at it.
Yeah. No. I've already been doing this for a year, and I've improved so much over that time.
Yep.
Thanks to people like Jiro who literally, like, I chewed their ear off for an entire year. It's like, what can I do to do this? What can I do to do that?
Oh, Jiro.
Poor Jiro. Like, he had to deal with me for a year. Just me constantly asking, like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jiro.
I need one
Why not?
more fucking shard.
First.
Ow! You suck. Okay.
Don't die, man.
And I also want to point something out. So, like, I'm playing Metroidvanias that I haven't played yet. I'm going to bring some stuff I've played, too. So don't worry too much about that, guys. I don't know. Maybe you'll see some stuff like Symphony of the Night show up. Because why not?
It's a Castlevania game.
Praise be to Castlevania. Do not mock the Castlevania gods. Not around me.
Hell no.
Especially the Netflix series. I have no reason to mock that show anymore. Because Season 2 was just such a gold mine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it or not, but like I gave a little bit of crap to Season 1 because it was such a slow start. But Season 2, oh, it's a gold mine of references.
What's up, Jiro?
Let's see. Poor Dr. Jiro. Is that Jiro's new name in the chat?
Yup.
He's officially Android 20. Let's see. Markiplier and the Completionist and Octopimp made fun of that girl on their streams. Did they? Good for them. Like, I haven't watched the Completionist in a while. I always catch Markiplier streams after they've happened. I'm glad they did, because I'm sorry. But if that's how you're treating your audience, then you deserve to get made fun of, in my opinion.
Yeah, you deserve it big time.
Ooh, I got promoted to Dr. Giro. Yes, you did. Don't worry
Yeah,
about the
you
degree.
did.
We'll figure something out. But just keep in mind, I'm forever going to think of you as the DBZA Dr. Giro.
Yes.
Hey, look, I found his lab. Fuck, they found my lab. Would you like to purchase Win Roar?
Yup.
I love that shit. Like, that's... Okay. Over the last couple of months, I've kind of reacquainted myself with Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I'm just thoroughly convinced the best Abridgers out there are Team 4-Star.
Yup.
Because Hellsing Ultimate is, like, my favorite overall. And then it would be
expensive as
DBZA.
that thing is just spectacularly awesome, man.
Mm-hmm. No, like, I know some people had some complaints with the ending, but the ending just, it worked with what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
I especially love the whole, you better come get your sip.
You abduct orphans
Yes,
and turn them into cyborgs.
indeed, yes. Because why not? And yeah, I like the fact that you brought that up, because they basically filled gaps that Toriyama never filled that kind of makes sense for Dragon Ball in a weird way. Like the 16 origin, that was a really great idea.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
So much so that I think Toriyama even watched it and maybe liked it, because I have a funny feeling about Android 21 that maybe he kind of learned from that and made Android 21 from it.
Yeah.
I can't confirm it, but I've always, as soon as I saw her character, I'm like, I think Toriyama watched, and I think he liked what they did. I mean, Funimation, or not Funimation, Toei didn't, but Toei just doesn't like anybody making fun of their franchise.
How long is the stream to go for?
Let's see. I think I'm gonna go for like another hour or so, and then I gotta call it a night. But that's just because Andrea's got to work the next day, so it's gonna be me and the girls tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they're not old enough to start braiding my hair or painting my toenails. I haven't hit that phase yet.
No.
Oh, jeez. Gollum, seriously. They were imitating her then, were you like, they were imitating her like then, were like, you don't have to sub or anything, that subs donations have to be earned.
Yes.
So basically, what that sounds to me like is, have any of you guys watched the Markiplier Let's Play of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy?
Oh.
If you ever, like, if you haven't, if you ever want to see Markiplier in a straight up rage, that is the Let's Play to watch. But I remember in one part of it, he did a live stream where he basically set himself a challenge. If he loses ground in Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, then everybody had to unsub to him.
Oh, God.
Everybody who was watching had to unsub to him. And then if he got back to where he was, and maybe even a little bit further, then they had to resub to him. He literally called it the Destroy My Channel Challenge.
Oh, nice.
And, oh my gosh, it was so great to just see him flip out over the fact that he would lose ground. He'd be freaking out over that, but then he'd get some people in his chat going, I don't want to unsubscribe to you, Mark. He's like, no, you will unsubscribe to me. We made a promise.
Yep.
And it was like, wow, he's literally he's sticking to his guns here. I kind of want to applaud him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I will begin to make fun of those guys, because I can't see how you would do that. If you have that established audience, like how many of us would beg to have that kind of an audience for our channels?
Uh-huh.
Seriously. I just can't see people doing that. Oh, and I guess speaking of that, and I'm totally not pressuring people or anything like that, but I've gotten a little bit of flack and I need to fix it. I did say this in one of my videos, but in case you guys don't know, I do have a Ko-Fi account, because enough people have recommended it to me, so you guys can check it out. It is kofi.com/Drak2326.
Cool.
So, I'm not... Okay. I am not saying you owe me to go to there. I'm saying you're free to go there. You're free to do whatever you want. Because I literally just... I've gotten to a point where I kind of don't care. I'm here to have fun on YouTube, and so if you guys want to be able to do that, great. But I'm not twisting your arm or anything like that. Like, I almost kind of don't want to... Like, Atlas knows this. I think Jiro knows this to some extent. You have to do the whole like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
And I'm so done with doing that.
And your content has to be good.
What was that?
And your content has to be good.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
And frankly, I'd rather just have the content be good and be creative, instead of having to worry about, okay, I have to get this many new subscribers per video.
Yep.
Because frankly, I mean, YouTube ain't doing me any favors. They ain't doing you any favors. So why would I want to do that, aside from if people like what they're seeing, great. That's great. I'm happy for you. Especially if that's your livelihood. That's crazy. Well, I mean, it'd be great and all, but in all honesty, YouTube to me is just taking the skills that I have and keeping them sharp. Just keeping myself up to speed, so that, you know, I can still do podcasting as sharply as I can do it. That's always how I've looked at it. To the people who literally look at YouTube and go, I can make a career out of this, I always want to point them towards a video that the Quartering did, which basically is just saying, no, you need to ground yourself with a day job, because then at that point you have a much better understanding of the world.
Yeah.
It just helps. Like, I don't normally recommend stuff like that, but it's kind of one of those reality checks a lot of YouTubers need. This has to be for fun, or it's not worth doing. I'm waiting for a fake advertisement of the Ko-Fi for $1 a day. No!
Damn.
No, I'm not doing... No! I mean, that's kind of what I did with Patreon at one point. I'm just like, if you just want to do $1, that's fine. But I'm just not doing that anymore. Like, I love you guys. You guys have taken some time to watch my stuff. Hell, Atlas has taken time out of his night where he could go and do whatever he wants, and he's sat here and listened to me BS. So,
which is great. I love it.
So at that point, like, and that's actually the funniest part about this whole thing. This is all inspired from you, roughly.
Yep, sure is.
Because you did these streams where we just kind of BS'd, and now we have gameplay in front of everybody.
Gameplay, and we can chit chat more often. Just have a good time, man. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. And that's really all I want, because that's, to me, it's streaming is always just a kind of a way to hang out.
Right.
I mean, granted, I always have to clarify this. I don't play a character on my channel. I really don't. I'm not like Lewis Lovehog and playing Linkara. I am me genuinely. But this is me, like, actually just being me and not having to worry about whether or not, you know, you're getting X video for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just me bullshitting, which I don't get to do that often. Hence why I love that I can do it with Andrea, because she has to deal with me and she giggles at it.
Oh yeah.
Finally, we're making some progress. Now everybody can sub back to me.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this is gonna be fun. Oh, gee. Okay. Okay. Ah. Yeah. Okay, got it. Oh my gosh. When are you gonna drag Alex into one of these live streams? Well, I know he's coming back in October. I know he's coming in October. Because we're gonna do Parasite Eve, remember? So that's gonna happen. Aside from that, I'd drag him in tonight, but he works. So it's kind of hard to do that.
Oh, really hard.
Yeah, especially during this time of the year, because, like, he's got inventories and everything like that, so he's not a happy camper these months. Because all of his free time is basically being used up trying to do whatever videos he wants to do, plus...
and watching.
Yeah, yeah. So at that point, I just rather, you know, be nice to him and... Oh, crap, I need to go and get that again. Classic Parasite Eve? Yes. Yes, I think I've already secured the game on my PS3, so we will be playing it. That might be one of those nights where we don't bring anybody else in. We'll have to play it on PS3, so there's already going to be a natural delay. But it is going to happen. It's going to be kind of our horror game for the night, or for October.
Cool.
Aside from that, like, him and me have been bouncing a couple of ideas around. We'd really like to be able to do Drak Let Shadow live again, but time is the biggest issue. And I think the idea that we had was we wanted to pick games that were open-ended. So it didn't matter if we were beating them or not. We could just sit here and bullshit with you guys. Which is aptly what we do when we're not recording.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how many times I've gone to like a family gathering, Atlas, and I'll go downstairs where Alex is like playing Battlefront 2 or something, and we'll just sit there and bullshit the entire time.
Nice. Alex.
I promise, guys, we are not the married couple that we make it out to be on YouTube. We actually have fun together.
Nope.
Okay, well, jeez. Okay. Oh. There's too much pink energy in this room, Atlas. It's dangerous. Oh.
It's very dangerous.
Okay, there we go.
Good job. Good job.
Somebody's gonna make a joke like, "Are you ready to fart, Drak?" I mean, you sound like you're in a lot of pressure and stress. I only sound like that because I'm focusing. Dino Crisis 2 is open-ended. Oh yeah, it is actually. We could probably do that too. Oh, Bitter and Goji, you do know about Dino Crisis this year, right?
Dino Crisis.
You know, don't you, Atlas?
Yes. It was a fun game back then.
No. This year? So Capcom refreshed their copyright on it.
Oh, good.
So the strong hinting is that after 3 Remake, they might go to work on a Dino Crisis game.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So Dino Crisis rebooted. That might be fun.
Oh, sweet.
These energy gates were sealed by the spirits of the past. If we collect enough energy cells, they will open a path. Cool. I would be very happy about that because I know a lot of people look at Dino Crisis and go, "Oh, it's just Resident Evil with dinosaurs," and
yeah,
it's Resident Evil with dinosaurs. What's the problem? Welcome to the world of video games.
Yep.
I mean, for crying out loud, one of the things that people love anime for is how outlandish crap gets.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you go for Resident Evil with dinosaurs? Especially with how the 2 Remake did last year, how 3 Remake is looking this year. God, 3 Remake is going to create such a post-traumatic stress for me.
I can't wait to watch you play that.
I know we're gonna do. I know we're gonna do the debut one, but I can already tell you one thing: I'm not playing that game on harder difficulties.
No.
Because we actually officially confirmed that Capcom has said if you play on harder difficulties, Nemesis will break the ever vaunted rule of he will go into save rooms.
Huh.
Yeah, right?
That's gonna be fun.
Uh-huh. That's why I'm not playing on harder difficulties. You will not get me to do that.
Wow.
I already got freaked out when I was playing Resident Evil 2 where it looked like Mr. X was going to walk in. And I was like, no. No,
Yeah,
we can't violate the sanctity of the save room.
Mm-hmm.
It just can't happen. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, there we go. See, I have a good suggestion. Maybe you can play Wild Arms for an RPG stream. I would love to do that, actually. That's one of those RPGs that's gotten recommended to me for a couple years now. And I've never played it. Never played it. I've always been interested by it. But, I mean, it's one of the harder games on PlayStation to find. Thankfully, it's on the PlayStation Network. So I can get it there. But I don't think any of its sequels are there. And I know another big suggestion has been Persona 5 Royal. Which, I don't know. Maybe Atlas will have to convince me here, because I can't play that game, Atlas. After all, it shows a woman with an exposed 3 feet of her thigh. I think I have to cancel my channel at that point, don't I?
I don't know, man. I haven't really seen any videos on that.
Dude, this was actually a controversy.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, somebody... Okay, this just blew my mind. Some guy had to go in. He was so offended by the initial image of the new female character that he had to go into like Microsoft Paint and paint black on the legs, just so that it looked like catsuit pants.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't deal with 3 inches of thigh? Like,
Really?
have you not ever seen a woman in a swimsuit before?
Oh man, like that guy must live under a rock or something. I don't know, man. 'Cause
I mean,
We've seen plenty of girls in swimsuits.
I mean, the best part about this, and you might actually have to look up this podcast, Atlas, because Alex pitched a fit. Because my wife did gymnastics, like up until about, late high school. So, you know the outfit that they have to wear, right?
Oh, yes.
So he's like, what's the effing problem? And he's exactly right. It was so stupid, especially considering that the character is supposed to be a dancer, and, dancers wear unitards like that.
That's right.
So, Wild Arms 1 and 2... Oh, so it's on PSN for PS3. Wild Arms 1 and 2 are on PSN for PS3, and Wild Arms 3 is on for PS4. Okay, cool. So we got that. And then isn't there a fourth one, Jiro? Team Arclay actually made a fan remake of Dino Crisis. Oh, did they? Ooh, I've never heard about that. I will have to go look it up. That would be very cool to be able to go play, because it's been forever since I've played Dino Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
Dino Crisis was my introduction to tank controls. Somber, they found me dormant and still. Oh, cool. All right.
The scenery in this game looks really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm really liking the aesthetic of this.
Yeah.
Really artsy Metroidvania, and it just works. We told Ori the tale of her misguided will. Alright. Well, that's a creepy-looking tree.
Yeah, it looks really creepy.
I'm looking for the mustache, just to make sure it's not the Deku tree. Please, little Link, come into my mouth. Oh! Ori, the spirit tree, he must have used the last of his strength to save you. Come now and hear our story. It was the night of the light ceremony. It was our light that she hated. I called out to Ori, but my child never came. Wow, we're actually having plot happen right now. I'm kind of happy with myself.
That's gonna give you a break.
Mm-hmm. I get story. This is great. Oh, hi, Big Bird.
Big Bird just landed.
Jeez. Holy shit.
Whoa. Wow.
I'm having Secret of Nim flashbacks. Oh my gosh. That's kind of frightening.
It is, yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay. Oh, and apparently it ripped out the tree's heart. Fatality. Wow, I just barely realized this. Kuro's still saying it was the end of our days. You know, we've been asked numerous times by other YouTube channels to do Let's Plays with them. This is actually the way to do it. I didn't even realize it till now. This is the way to do it. I might have to reach out to a few people now.
Yeah.
You received the Spirit Tree's light. He put our fate in your hands. Listen carefully now, for you must understand. Holy crap. Spirit Tree sustained the three elements of light, and in turn they brought balance and kept Nibel safe. The element of waters high atop the Ginzo tree. The element of winds deep within the Forlorn Ruins. And Mount Doom. The element of warmth beneath the fires of Mount Horu. To restore Nibel to its former self, we must rekindle their light before it's too late. But first we will find beyond the spider coves atop the tree where the waters once flowed. See, that's what I'm talking about, Atlas. We have 4% of the Hollow Grove.
Wow.
This is apparently a big-ass game. Thornfelt Swamp, 1%, just because we have an objective there now. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and save it. That's an owl. Yes, it is. It's a creepy-ass owl, too.
It is, yeah.
Oh my god. Am I the only one that was having, like, Secret of Nim flashbacks? I don't know about you guys, but that scared my shit as a kid. For the longest time, I couldn't watch, like, the the Nicodemus scene in Secret of Nim I couldn't watch. Because it always freaked me out he had yellow eyes. Like glowing yellow eyes. Wild Arms 3, after 3, is kind of bad. PS2 remake of Wild Arms was pretty good and called Wild Arms Ultra Code F. I've heard of that. But, I don't know. Like, I could play a remake, too. I'd much rather get my hands on the first one, though. Like, the original. And just play it the way that it was intended at the beginning. In fact, I remember watching the completionists play it and being vaguely interested in what it was doing. Be careful, Ori. The ground is unstable. Is it now? Oh, hi. Hi, Gollum.
Kick his ass.
Oh, so you heard that that's one of the new next-gen games, right?
Which one?
Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is PS5 and Xbox Series X exclusive, but they are going to do Lord of the Rings Gollum, and it's not a VR game. I confirmed.
Good.
You play as Gollum throughout his journey. I can already tell you, my wife wants me to play it just because she wants me to do the Gollum voice more.
Oh boy.
But then my kids will kill me because they hate that voice.
Oh.
Because it scares them. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Okay. Respawns are a thing in this game.
Which is good.
Respawns are a thing. I just got to get used to it again. Gollum played by Andy Serkis? Yes, I believe he's coming back to play it. Or they're gonna pirate off his lines. Something like that. I do think he's actually doing stuff for the game, though. Because, poor Andy Serkis, he can't escape Gollum now.
I need to play the medieval remake on the PS4.
Oh, we played that, actually. So,
How was it?
Never played it ever on original PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And so I don't have that reference, but when we played it, we actually had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, yeah. It's a classic, dude.
Just because of how hilarious the premise is.
Yeah.
They really play up that Sir Daniel is this great knight. He's something out of Warcraft, and then all of a sudden the ghosts are making fun of him because he died so quickly in the battle.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's one of those games I need to get back to and finish because it was strangely compelling to me.
Yup.
All right, you know what? Okay, come here. Maybe you can fix this for me. Ha! That'll work. Oh, jeez, no! Gollum, leave me alone! Okay, that did not work out the way I wanted. Snoke was Darth Smeagol.
Why, yes, she was, precious.
Oh, Anno, the spirit that died here was strong and courageous. Listen to his voice. He was able to focus our light. Yay! I like focusing lights. Now I'm Kermit the Frog for some reason. Hi-ho!
Kermit.
I try very hard not to do voices on these streams just because it is, it's the bread and butter, so I save those for auditions, but occasionally I just bring them out. Why not?
There you go.
Let's have fun with it. I just won't do the big stuff that I do for, the auditions. That was more like Gurgi from Black Cauldron. Oh.
I was gonna ask you, would you ever want to be a voice?
Would I ever want to be a voice actor?
Yeah.
It's a goal. It's not easy to do. That's the thing. Is if you want to get into voice acting, it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, and a lot of rolling the dice. But it is definitely something I would like to do. However, I completely understand it might not be a thing that happens.
There you go. You got it.
There we go. Okay, so you've learned Charge Flame. To use this ability, hold X to charge, and then release to detonate. Okay. So now I'm Mega Man X.
Yep.
I'm okay with this. So press and hold X to charge. There we go. Now we can blow shit up. Drak already does a better Goku Black than Sean Shemel. Ooh, shots fired. Yeah, can I just ask, what the hell happened there? Like, okay, one of my mains right now on Dragon Ball FighterZ is Goku Black, just because he's a fairly fast character. But I listened to that faux British accent that Sean Shemel did. What the fuck were you thinking? What the fuck were you thinking, Sean?
Well, he's done a British voice in interviews before. He's pretty good at it. Like,
I will have to take your word for it, because if that's his British accent, he should never play a British character. I mean, I'm just going to be upfront and honest with him, just as much as I'm going to be upfront and honest with Carrie Elwes. Don't ever play a guy from Texas ever again. It's hilarious, but it doesn't work. And I haven't seen the Goku Black arc in dub. I've seen it subbed.
Nice.
But now I don't want to go see it, just because, really, Sean? Really? That's the best you could do? You decided to do like a Bond villain Goku? Because that's what it is. Like, I'm waiting for Goku to start petting a cat. And what's really sad, too, is I don't know if you guys know the original idea that they brought up, but Sean turned down, was that they were going to bring back, I think it was Peter Kalamis, the Ocean Dubs Goku, to play Goku Black. Because in the previous episode where they did the Goku, or the Vegeta jelly enemy, they brought back the Ocean's Dub Vegeta to play him.
Oh, wow.
And that was a cool reference back. But I guess I don't know Sean all that well, but I do know that he's a bit of a diva. And he turned it down because this is usually his reason. Fuck him, I'm Goku.
Yep.
Why? Like, that would have been a great call back for a lot of Dragon Ball fans.
It would have been, yeah.
That's an opportunity lost, and all because Sean just didn't want him to come in and do a role that he was doing before Sean got there. Well, Sean was there because he played King Kai, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see the problem here, Sean. And frankly, they should have done it, because if that's your Goku Black, no wonder people didn't like that arc.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's bad. It's a bad British accent. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do I do this again? I need to charge this. Start charging. Do I not have enough power to do it? I might not have enough power. Okay, we'll go get more power. I cannot do it, Captain! I don't have the power! Oh, there we go. That'll work. There we are. So now I can come back here and wreck this door. Boom! Guys, this is actually how I play. If you're expecting anything different, I'm a very vocal player. That's the one thing I love when I occasionally get people on the stream. There's like, oh yeah, you're totally playing it up. Yeah, you're totally faking it out right now just so you can get our views and whatnot. Nope. Andrew can attest. This is how I play games. Oh my goodness. You know what, Atlas? I don't think you actually went into any games that you were excited for, or anime that you were excited for. And I've been talking this entire time.
Yeah, I am looking forward to FF7 remake, of course, and some Cyberpunk, and RE3, Doom Eternal, and whatever else is coming out.
I'm looking forward to Doom Eternal. I didn't think I would be, but I really want to play it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many videos you've watched since then, but I've now decided I'm not going to make fun of FF7 Remake anymore.
Yes.
Just because you know, I can kind of understand why people want it. Because it just bugs the crap out of me that, you know, I kind of want to smack my past self now. Because at this point, like, if this had been Xenogears Remake, I probably would be just as excited as everybody else.
Oh, yes.
And now I feel really bad that I kind of turned it down. I still have my issues with FF7 Remake, but now I'm just kind of taking it from the approach of, you know, let's let this be how it's going to be.
Let it be how it is, yep.
Mm-hmm. And even though I don't like that it's episode 1, the only thing I think that will get me mad, and maybe it'll get you mad too, if they take out that cross-dressing scene, I will lose my shit. They need to have it. I know that it's going to be, quote, offensive to some people, but it needs to happen. It was a funny moment in FF7.
Yes.
Because you were taking this manly man in Cloud and you were dressing him up.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like I've said, if he comes out of that dressing room and doesn't look like Lightning from FF13, I'm out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens down the road.
Because Lightning is a female Cloud.
Yep.
Pure and simple. They need to play on that joke. It will work.
We shall see.
I will say this though. A lot of people think that I'm going to be excited to play as Cloud. Hell no. I'm going to play as Tifa. Tifa's gameplay is amazing. Like, you've seen the gameplay trailer of her, right?
Of course.
I mean, just the raw impact that is happening with each of her punches. Oh, it's satisfying.
It is, man. It's super satisfying.
So I'm looking forward to that. I hate when voice actors basically just use their regular voice when there are other talented voice actors that have more range. So what you're basically saying, Jiro, is that you hate Steven Bloom. Or Steve Bloom.
Wait, say it again?
So he says, I hate it when the voice actors basically just use their regular voice when there are other talented voice actors that have more range.
Yeah. Like Steve Bloom.
But see, here's the thing. I get the argument. But, like, how many people know Old Hollywood?
Oh, yeah, true.
Do you know why John Wayne played the way that he played? It's because directors kept telling him, don't try to go out of your way to play something else. Be John Wayne. That's what people want. Like, one of the jokes that used to get made in my theater class was like, you know, there was that one day that Humphrey Bogart just came out of the dressing room. He's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like being a pirate. And then the director's like, Humphrey, come here. Psh! I need you to play Humphrey Bogart. You just need to be Humphrey Bogart. That's all I need.
Yes.
And that's kind of what happens with Steve Bloom now, is that his voice is so deep already naturally that he kind of can't do anything else. That it's his moneymaker. I get the argument. But in all honesty, I know that Steve Bloom has a bigger range than that simply because of all of the lesser stuff that he did. I mean, for crying out loud, if you guys haven't seen Steve Bloom play drunk in Armitage, you need to go and watch that right now.
Mm-hmm.
His range is hilarious. Because some of it sounds bad, but it's actually pretty good considering. Steve Bloom was Guilliman, Amon, Spike, Ares, and many other voices is in his broad range. Yes, he absolutely has a range. A lot of people don't think he does. Oh, and he was Liron from Gurren Lagann. Yep, he was.
He sure was.
Another anime I need to go finish.
Yeah, I gotta freaking get back into Gurren Lagann.
Which is funny because it's on Netflix right now. I could watch it right now.
Yep,
But I'm not.
is.
I just barely got back into Gundam, people. I just barely got back in. Don't ask me to do new things. Oh, crap. Now I have spiders on me. Another person that I think a lot of people don't give a whole lot of credit for as far as range, Jim Cummings. There's a reason he's like Disney's golden voice actor. I mean, he's easy to spot. A lot of his voices are very similar, but then you actually go look into his filmography, and you will find voices that you never thought were him.
Yeah.
Never, ever thought. Like, he's Winnie the Pooh, and he's... if you've ever seen Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars, he's Hondo Onaka in that. But he just recently had a role in World of Warcraft Legion.
Mm-hmm.
That was very hard to spot him until, like, near the end for me. Because he basically played a drug-addled elf. Who is like seriously going into withdrawals.
Oh shit!
And it was actually one of his better performances. And I was like, "Holy shit, that is Hondo. That is Jim Cummings. What the fuck?" Blew my mind. Or Frank Welker, or Frank Welker's another good example. Crap, what's his name now? Optimus Prime. He's got a really good range too.
Oh, Peter Cullen.
Yeah, Peter Cullen. Actually, for the longest time, some people know this, some people don't. He was, I believe, next in line to replace Don LaFontaine as like the movie trailer voice. Like Hollywood was finding somebody to replace him because he was getting up in years, and they looked to Peter. That's why he got a lot. At least the way I understand it, that's how he got a lot of the Cartoon Network voiceovers that he did. Which sound like Don LaFontaine. Like, this summer, you're going to experience the greatest anime has ever been.
Yeah, the great Yummy promos, man. Those.
Crap! Okay, we're good. These guys were just a little too excited. Oh, yeah, how far did you get into Gundam? Weren't you going to go chronological with it? Yes. So where I stopped was G Gundam, and I'm actually finishing that up right now. Because I did want to go into the series that I had watched, just to see if anything changed with it, and confirmed. G Gundam is still as hilarious as I remember.
G Gundam.
Oh, jeez, man. It's so good. Like... I know that there are a dozen people out there now that would be so offended by G Gundam, and my answer to you is, go ahead, be offended. Because I'm laughing my ass off.
Man, I am ready to go watch Toonami promos right now. Like, fuck.
There's another one. A lot of people never... I still... one of my friends won't believe me that Steve Bloom played Tom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he thought for some reason that the voice actor who played Tom died.
Nope. He ain't dead.
It was and to him it was the same guy who played Sashomaru in Inuyasha or Trace Kushrenada in Gundam Wing. Which, by the way, speaking of range, Megatron from Beast Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Allow me to go dig out my rubber ducky, Atlas. Yes.
The original Tom was played by Sonny Strait.
Yep.
And the secondary Tom, which is today's Tom, is played by Steve Bloom.
Street Fighter Gundam. It's so good. Yes, it is. Oh, jeez. Okay, I thought I couldn't jump on that. Apparently I can.
Yep, you sure can.
Jeez, we are totally entering Shelop's lair right now. I don't know if I want to do this. This is probably going to be a bad decision. But we're going to do it. If a giant spider comes and gets me, then I'm not sleeping tonight. All right. Jim Cummings did what Jeremy Irons could sing in Be Prepared. Or couldn't sing. Yes, actually, he did. So you all think that you're hearing Jeremy Irons' voice in the original Lion King? You're not. It's Jim Cummings. It's okay. Your mind can be blown. I forgive you. Jiminy Christmas. I mean, Frank Welker, a lot of people don't know this about him. He played Abu in Aladdin.
Yep, you sure did.
And Horror in Pagemaster, which, by the way, a very underrated animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. One of Christopher Lloyd's better voiced roles. And I'm also counting in King Graham from the recent King's Quest. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen that Atlas, left me in tears at the end of that.
Was it that good?
Yeah, and for me, it just hit all the right notes. It, like, pressed every single button near the end that just... Like, I couldn't hold it in anymore. It just made me cry. Because I knew how the game had to end. Because obviously there's not going to be any new King's Quest games made anytime soon.
No.
But it was still hard to watch. And having Christopher Lloyd's voice was just so perfect.
Nice.
I still can't watch that moment at the end of King's Quest anymore. Just like, it just happens again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any out there. Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to do that? Huh. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see if I can do it. Oh. Okay. This is not gonna work out. How am I supposed to friggin'... Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna take this energy and try and open up the other door. Ow!
Ooh.
Damn it! Just lost all that energy.
So, like, you just exploded, or what?
Yeah, I just died.
Yeah.
In other words, you know, my usual stream.
Yep.
I die a lot. It doesn't help that I'm playing Dark Souls either.
Dark Souls, yep.
Which I will give credit to that series now. Like, I used to knock it a lot, but now I tend to like it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I've got somebody else, like, on the stream with me, so that I'm not throwing my controller. Then I'm good.
You got this.
Okay. Jiminy Christmas, we're that far back. Okay. We might have to go another way. I love me some Metroidvanias. It gets my brain going.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was making a joke to my wife. Like, the first game I ought to play for my alone stream, Metroid Samus Returns. No. Drak, you gotta stop playing Metroid. I know you love that game, but you gotta stop playing it.
I cannot wait for Prime 4.
I just want to know more about Prime 4.
Yeah, I'm happy that Retro Studios is working.
I mean, I'm happy about that. I'm also disappointed because they're starting from square one, and a lot of the original Prime staff doesn't work there anymore.
No.
But I think it'll still be in good hands. The other thing I'm really worried about is I kind of want, like, Samus Returns spoiled me so bad that I would love to see some kind of a fusion between FPS and what Metroid Other M tried to do.
Oh yeah.
And I think the Switch could do it. But it's up to whether or not Retro wants to do that.
Yep.
Because I just don't want another FPS Metroid Prime. I just don't want that. I know, I'm a dick. But the Prime games are not my favorite. Games like Metroid Fusion, Super Metroid, Zero Mission, those are my favorite. The Metroidvania ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones I want. So that's what I want to see out of it. Oh, by the way, so this is another thing we can actually get into, Atlas, and I'd love to know your input. Okay. So you did hear that Sony is not going to go to E3 for a second year.
Yeah.
Are you happy about that? Are you disappointed? Where are you at with it?
I'm kind of mixed with both, despite the fact that E3 is, from what I've been hearing, they've been having a lot of issues right now.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning, what was that incident that happened last year? That people's identities were taken from them, I think. What was it?
Oh, I think what you're talking about is a lot of press passes got hacked.
Yeah, they got hacked.
Yeah, and so that was very discouraging for a lot of the major magazines.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I'll see what Sony does. I mean, their state of play thing didn't go. We'll see what the next one does. Hopefully.
Yeah, because they're going to have one. They've got to do some kind of a reveal event for the PS5.
They need to, yeah.
Because we don't know what it looks like. We only know their dev kit, which looks like it's straight out of Gundam.
Yep.
And that better not be the PS5. Like, as much as I love Gundam, that's just not how that works.
Nope.
You can't just put a big old V on it and that's the PS5.
I agree.
But they're going to have to do something along those lines. They've got to show off some new exclusive games for that console.
Which no doubt they will.
Yeah. And here's the thing that blows my mind. Xbox is going to E3. I think they're the only console maker that's going to show up. Because I don't even think Nintendo's going to do anything. No.
They're going to have their press.
Yeah. I don't even think they're going to do the Direct this time. Or if they're going to do a Direct, it's going to be a light one.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, not a whole lot to announce. But Xbox is going. And we are already expecting them at some point to start doing a reveal event for the Xbox Series X. To show, like, a lot of the exclusive titles that are going to be for that.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So, it just kind of... Like, this is a discussion we've had on the podcast before. I'd like your input, too. Are we just to a point where E3 as a press conference, like as a press event, doesn't matter?
I would like it to matter for everyone, especially for Nintendo and Sony, because E3 has been around since 1995 or whatever.
I think 93.
Yeah, 93, and E3 is supposed to be the grand stage of brand new video games being revealed and press conferences, and right now I think E3 is just not doing so well.
No. Well, and part of that is just because I swear companies like EA have not been taking that show floor seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, they come with their sports games, and that's fine. Like, that's their backbone, but when they have new properties, they very rarely ever show anything massive with them.
I know.
Like, Anthem would have been a great reveal, like, full reveal, to happen on the E3 show floor. Didn't happen.
Nope.
But then again, we also know that the reason it didn't happen was because BioWare wasn't working on it.
Yeah.
They were too busy playing poker. But here's my kind of view of it. As a press event, it doesn't make sense anymore.
No.
Because, like, you have to fly out all the journalists, and in some cases that's more costly, especially to the websites. But if you wanted to do it as, like, a con, it might work that way. Because you're already kind of doing that anyway. It's kind of like a mini VidCon for a lot of YouTube creators and Twitch streamers, as they get access to a lot of the games right off.
Right off, yeah.
So if you treated it like that, maybe it would work better.
I agree.
But, like, they have to do that, and it has to be worthwhile financially.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, here we go. So now we're back at the spider cocoon that is still freaking me the hell out. All right. It's kind of creepy. That's just kind of my opinion on it, though. They just need to change how the format goes for E3, and then it'll work a little bit better. And that way the big companies don't have to worry about spending so much money taking demos out there or anything like that. They can do everything internally.
That's right.
Which they want to do anyway. Nobody will convince me otherwise. They want to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that might actually be the...
pretty far in this game, man.
What was that?
Looks like you're getting pretty far in this game.
I don't even know. Because, again, like, you look at that map, and it looks like we've unlocked so little that it kind of makes me wonder. But then again, that's what I love about Metroidvania maps, is, like, they can be huge. And it works.
Metroid.
Oh, jeez. So, actually, speaking of Metroid Prime 4, so I brought up my idea to you. Would you prefer to have that, or would you want, like, a classic Metroid Prime?
Either way is fine. Although I never played other M's, so, like, I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, like I say, it's still early for them to bring something out to the table for Prime 4.
Yeah.
But if they were to show it at E3 this year, I would be surprised.
Oh, that would be a great reveal at E3, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
At least at the bare minimum, we could see what it's about. And...
like, what planet are we going to next?
yeah, exactly, because, I mean, they're kind of hinting that we're going to have another phase-on riddled planet. So at that point, like, where else could we go?
Oh, yes.
The other thing I'm interested in is... so when Namco Bandai was working on it, they were saying that it was going to be... because the Prime trilogy is, like, based fairly early on in the timeline, but
Yep.
Prime 4 would be based later.
Ah.
But now that we're working with Retro, is that the case still, or are we going to be, like, doing another kind of prequel to Super Metroid kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against either, but I would like to know, like, where this falls in the timeline.
Yeah, like, where are we going to go? Are we going to get new characters, new hunters? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Are they going to dare to voice Samus again? Because, I mean, it kind of blew up in their face when they did Other M. I want them to do it again. I want them to take another crack at it because, frankly, I mean, what does Nintendo know about voice acting?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta learn. And I think they learned a lot when they did Breath of the Wild. So, you know, now we might not get the stoic Samus that everybody hated in Other M. We might actually get one that makes a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if it's a prequel, would we meet other people that Samus has come into contact with, Federation or Hunters? Like, could we actually see, like, the Prime 3 Hunters come back in a way?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see the Ice Dude come back, because it looked like
Oh, yeah.
him and Samus had a good relationship. So
Yep.
that'd be cool. That was like the one guy in Prime 3 I regretted killing,
Oh, shit.
because it looked like they were buddies. And so like, okay, well, that one sucks. That would be another cool thing to see happen. Go ahead, sorry.
Was that Prime 3 or was that Hunter?
The Ice Guy was Prime 3.
Oh, okay.
Because it was Ice Guy, then there was the big mech dude, and then the Shapeshifter girl. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, sorry guys.
Well, I'm looking at Hunters right now.
Hunters had a couple of really cool characters too.
What's up?
Hunters had a couple of really good characters too.
Yeah. And what's funny is that Hunters came out for...
What was that, sorry?
Hunters came out before 3.
That's true. Yeah, because it was like one of the debut titles for the DS.
Yep, that's right.
And sadly, I never got to finish that game. The game was made for a right-handed person. Nintendo, no.
I think there were controls where you can play as... I think there was.
Where you could play left-handed?
Yes.
That may have come out later, but like when I had Hunters in my hands, I mean, I could do some things right-handed, but not everything.
Yeah.
And so at that point, it was so hard to play that game. I actually turned it back into my game, so I was like, I want to play this, but I can't.
3 characters.
But if I remember correctly, like in Hunters, they had a character who actually like had legitimate reasons to hate Samus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see more Hunters. I would love to see more Federation lore. It's one of the things I think Other M could have done a lot better with. is showcasing the Federation and being able to show, like, you know, even the military can do their job.
Yeah.
Because Prime 3 certainly didn't do that. It's like, oh, we're the military, but we rely only on Samus.
Mm-hmm.
What, we have to do things on our own? Screw that. The other thing that would make me very happy, and probably you too, is I would love to hear that, crap, what's his name? The guy who did AM2R, if he made it onto the development team at Retro.
Let's see, what other characters?
Because you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That guy deserves to be able to get on that team. Like, he worked his butt off on that game, and he did such a good job.
Can't complain.
Crap, I can't remember his name. It'll come. Milton Guasti, that's his name. They need to bring him back in and give him a chance to work on his beloved franchise. Holy moly. Okay, we're going to try this again. Come on, Ori. You can do this. Channel your inner Alucard, and let's do this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Come down here. Ow! Okay, there we go. Okay, so find allows retain more vitality, find more life cells to increase your survivability. Yay!
Hooray!
Jiminy Christmas, such a creepy atmosphere. This is Shelob's lair, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, dude, I didn't even realize how much time has passed.
Oh, yeah, what time is it?
It's almost 11, so I'll probably go for like another 10-15 minutes, because I think I started at like 8:15. But really quick, so I tend to do this at the end of a stream if you're brand spanking new. Here's the plan so far, in case you don't know. Tomorrow, we are going to be doing our first Geek News podcast for 2020. Like our first official one where we record together and live. So you guys get that tomorrow. Crap. Saturday, we will be back doing not Dark Souls, but we are going to be taking on Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. So Andrea is very excited about that and trying very hard to avoid spoilers on YouTube, because that's how it works for us. Sunday, we will be back doing World of Final Fantasy Maxima, so you guys can join us for that. And Tuesday, I think, is still Death Stranding, but I need to double check. I think we got a game coming out that day, too.
Cool.
I need to double check that, but we can't stream that often, but when we do, we make it work.
All right, Drak. Well, in this case, I'm going to come chat with you for a bit.
Okay, you kind of cut off there, so one more time.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and get going now, so thank you for letting me chat with you and everything.
No, dude, it was awesome having you. Really quick, before you take off, let me take care of something really quick.
Go for it.
Okay. Let's see if I can do it right now. There we go. You've earned it, my friend. You've earned it. You were as consistent as you could possibly be.
Thank you.
So without further ado, but yeah, no, dude, it was awesome to have you on. I wish I could do this a little bit more often, but I will do it as often as I can.
Yeah, just message me if you.
Sure. I'll definitely message you, and I'll message a bunch of other people. Who knows? Maybe you'll actually see some other YouTubers join in, and we'll have some fun with that as well.
You got to get Shadow in here too.
We just got to work it around his schedule. I mean, hopefully after he gets inventory and everything like that done, it'll be a lot easier to do.
Yeah,
but
my inventory's already done. So.
If he doesn't happen before then, he will be here for Parasite Eve.
Sweet.
Because he is interested in that, so.
Well, that's good.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me, and I guess I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, man. You take it easy. Don't work too hard.
That's the plan. I'll be working hard tomorrow, but that's just because kids.
Oh, yeah. All right, buddy.
All right, take care. All right, cool, guys. This is actually a really good first stream to make this all work. This actually has been real fun. And now that I know that this hardware works, we can do a lot more with it. We could probably work in a lot more YouTubers, things like that for it. I'm very excited, actually. The prospects are awesome now. Because I know a lot of you guys have recommended, like, do you know this YouTuber? Do you want to work with them? I'd have no problem doing it if I had, you know, the necessary hardware to make it work, and now I do. So this is all working out. Woo! Let's grab this again. I really wish I could just get a save point right now, and then I wouldn't have to worry about dying and having to make up for so much lost time. And I know I missed a lot of the initial story lore at the beginning, but, well, I mean, we got the huge moment where our friend Mr. Bear died, or Mr. Bear Thing died. That was shad. Okay. I'm sure I've got to do something up there. Oh, I didn't think about that. That would work. Oh, why didn't I see that? Let's see if we can at least get this down. And then I can try it out. Hopefully, if things respawn as much as I think they do. Yep, it's back. So. Boom! There we go. Giant cocoon. Oh, jeez, that was a bad idea. Giant cocoon is down. Am I happy about that? I don't know. Damn it! Lost it again. It's alright. We'll make this work. I at least want to get this done before I call it a night. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, too. Like, it's great and all to be able to bring people in to talk to, but I also wanted to have good gameplay experience as well. Which I think we have with this game. It's atmospheric as hell. I love it. I'm loving it so far. And who knows, maybe I'll even find some Metroidvanias that I've poo-pooed on in the past, and maybe I'll give them another legit second look this way. I think that would be a real fun thing to do as well. There we go. So many things in this world want to kill me. Like, legit kill me. Excuse me. Ah! So many of you! There we go. But yeah, if Jiro's still here, it is still the plan to go chronologically. At least as much as I possibly can. I'm going to try, like, I'm not going to go through every single thing. There are some OVAs and stuff like that that... So, like, for example, I'm not going through the SD stuff. The SD stuff doesn't really catch my fancy. There are a couple of OVAs I might not be able to get my hands on. So I might have to skip them. But I'm going to try and stay as chronological as I possibly can. I'm just glad that I finally got around to it, because for the longest time, especially last year, like, I wasn't able to do really anything with Gundam. And what's even better is I've been able to try out a bunch of new anime as well, so you guys might also get my opinions on that in future videos, future streams. That'll be fun. There we go. There we go. Nope, that's not gonna work. Whee! Oh, my kingdom for a double jump right now. Like, it's my Metroidvania instincts to just press the button twice. Whee! Oh, dang it. Okay. Ow! That hurt. Okay, come back up here. Let's see, there we go. So the crystal's back. Alright, now that we've done this, I'm not going to take it as recklessly as I did before. Let's see if I can do this a little bit easier. There we go. There we are. That was a lot better. Oh. Oh, jeez. Spider! Got it. Ooh, you gained an ability point. Yeah, I can put a save point here, can I? Yep. Access the ability tree. I have one additional one. Improve the radius and damage of charge flame. Life pickups will restore twice as much life. Let's see. Allows reusing soul links and shortens the cooldown timer. You know what? I'm going to do this life efficiency. That's amazing. We're going to need that anyway. Boom. Oh, jeez. Whoa. Okay, something is effed up in that water. That's a thing. If I could find a way to increase the radius of those basic fireballs, that would be helpful too. Okay, what's down here? Nope, that can't break that. Good to know. Boom. Jeez. Can I get up there? No. Of course not. Holy crap. One thing that definitely doesn't help is I cannot follow my health. Oh, cool. No, I don't have a map fragment, so I can't do that. Okay. Well, I can't jump up there. Maybe I can catch it on the other side. Huh. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. I can destroy all this. That'll help. Oh! Okay. Well, first things first, I'm going to do this. Mapstone fragment. Okay, can't do anything there, but now I can open up the map room. I think is... Dang it. Stop it. Ah! Whee! There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and just insert this. There we go. So now we have... Okay. So, expanded map. Gee, many Christmas. That's already a pretty big map if you look at it. So the Hollow Grove, we have 31%. Sunken Glades, 67. What about the... And then Thornfelt Swamp. Jeez. This is a big game. I'm alright with that, but... That's nuts. There we go. Thornfelt Swamp and Mount Horu. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna keep going this path because I've already worked so hard on it. There we go. Let's grab that. Oh, what is that? Ah! Damn it! Well, at least I have this save point, so that's going to be good. And actually, so we are kind of running out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here, because this is pretty much where I last saved. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this solo night. It's been really fun to be able to bring people like Anime Atlas, like Rising Sun Reviews, and just to hang out, have fun, be able to enjoy games, which is really what all of this is meant to do. I will be back tomorrow for the first live episode of Geek News Reviews and Opinions, the podcast where we talk the week's events in geek at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So you guys will be able to see us there. We will be talking about some of the stories that happened while we were gone and be able to give our insight on them as well as just laugh at them. And yeah, so you guys will see me tomorrow. If not then you will probably see me on Saturday when me and Andrea take on more, not more Dark Souls 2. We're going to be taking on Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. Until then, thank you guys again for joining me, and I'll see you next time.